is the Schmo with the bro, with the legend, Jon Anik, back at the Flash Forum, UFC 253 Fight Island. How we doing?
Such a good dude right here. My pay-per-view week would not be complete if we didn't get this 5 minutes in, so it's good to see you as always, my man.
Appreciate you, John. Let's start off with this. You're going to be back to doing the voice inside the cage post-fight.
This is a big deal, and maybe it's lost on some people, but that type of intimacy and interaction after a UFC fight is something that we haven't had since May. So we're excited to be able to walk up those stairs, put a hand on a fighter's shoulder and stick a microphone in his face. I just think you can extract better content in that type of setting. Some people would disagree. They feel like maybe the separation has helped us really get some good stuff, but I can't wait to walk up those stairs for the first prelim tomorrow night, that's for sure.
And we can't wait to see it. We're here at the weigh-ins. What's your initial thoughts when you saw Borachina, the first one to weigh in 185 on the dot?
He was trying to weigh in 30 minutes prior. He was going to see if he could somehow get some special treatment. So he was on weight 30 minutes prior to getting here. I thought he looked outstanding. You know, this is a guy who people always feel like it's going to be a massive struggle to get down to 86, or in this case, 85. That's a good-looking man right there, is it not?
That's a great-looking guy. Ricky Martin look-alike. That guy's got to move over.
I'm telling you. But yeah, Paulo Costa, it's all in front of him now, and the hay's in the barn, as they say, and he's a sweetheart, man. You know, he seemed in pretty good spirits today. Oftentimes a guy like that you feel like would be sucked out and not able to look you in the eyes or greet you. He's ready to go.
Is there an underrated matchup on this card that's not getting as much love as it should?
You know, it was a little bit disappointing to see Zubaira Tuhugov come in at 150 pounds. I've seen him out at 2 o'clock in the morning running, trying to get the weight off, but coming in 4 pounds over leaves a little bit of a stain on that main card opener, but that was the fight that jumped off the card for me. I thought it was a fascinating stylistic matchup. Mean Hakeem Dawodu. Canada needs a win, and him taking on Tuhugov, I think it's a great fight, but obviously as we sit here just moments removed from the weigh-in, hopefully they can preserve it.
Want to get your thoughts on this. Michael Chandler, he's now signed with the UFC. Dana White making him the alternate, the backup on the Khabib-Justin Gaethje card. A little bit of a fast track, wouldn't you say? And if he doesn't get the fight, does that make him first in line for title contention in the lightweight division?
I don't know if that's the case, but it is an interesting backdrop to that fight week now that you are going to have a backup who has never competed in the UFC before. Anyone who knows Michael Chandler knows this has been a long time coming. And I think I was maybe expectant that it would have happened sooner, but I think he wanted to, you know, fatten that bankroll, and then towards the end of his career, he was not going to enjoy feet up in retirement without at least trying to test himself in the UFC. So I'm not sure if his first fight will be for the belt. I think there are a lot of guys out there, the Hookers and Felders of the world, that would love to get a crack at this guy. But then you start to think about the timeline, going through a training camp for him for October 24th, cutting weight, making weight presumably. How soon would he be able to turn it back around in November or December? I don't know. But the guy is the total package. I think he has a future in television for us if he so chooses. And again, just excited to see him finally get that chance to prove himself, obviously on the greatest proving ground in the sport.
And unfortunately, we didn't get to see Tony Ferguson and the Diamond, Dustin Poirier. What's next for those two gentlemen?
I think each other. I do think they'll find a way to make that fight happen. I really do. I think Tony's appetite for it is healthy, and hopefully Dustin Poirier gets what he's looking for. I think he wants 7 figures, and if you can find a boring round in Dustin Poirier's entire mixed martial arts body of work, let me know. You know, I think if anybody's worthy of 1 million to show, it's got to be DP.
And John, you drank all the puncher's chance. The Schmo didn't get a taste of the bourbon, Bruce Buffer's bourbon.
It's so funny because Buff was telling me how excited he was to have his puncher's chance moment with the Schmo, but I can't take credit for pounding that bottle. I mean, have you guys seen Paul Felder put away some bourbon? So Felder was the heavy pourer. It was not me, but hopefully he sends you a bottle of puncher's chance, and for 90 proof, man, it's pretty damn smooth, I'll tell you that.
And your Celtics, they weren't getting the job done, so the Schmo can understand you taking a little extra sippy.
Yeah, it was not a good game 4 for the Boston Celtics. Now I'm trying to figure out if it makes sense from a broadcasting standpoint for me to stay up until 4:30 a.m. to watch Game 5 tonight, because if they get eliminated, might have a hard time sleeping. We got to put our priorities in the right place, you know what I'm saying?
Just over a day behind us, it's all going down. The Octagon, the Flash Forum. Final thoughts, Mr. Anik.
Adesanya Costa, this is about as good as it gets, right? 2 undefeated athletes competing for the sport's ultimate prize. Going into the Costa-Romero fight, there seemed to be this narrative, oh, Paulo's biting off more than he can chew. And it feels weird for me to be hearing a lot of that again for this fight. I'm not sitting here telling you that he's a live underdog per se. I do believe Adesanya should be maybe a bigger favorite than he is, according to the Vegas price right now. But Paulo Costa is ready to go, and I wouldn't be surprised if he exercises some patience early to make sure that he can be strong in rounds 3, 4, and 5. But hell of a title fight. It's been keeping me up at night.
He's the pro, I'm the Schmo. UFC 253, we're out.